And the theory with Male09 sounds very plausible. You probably started asking yourself questions about what will happen in episode 68 and when it will be released. And we also have questions that no one has answered yet. For example, who is the second person standing with the Mr. Boom? And today I will tell you a very exclusive information that you will not hear anywhere. And I also found out that soon we will have a new race in the series, and I will show you an interesting picture and tell you when this race will appear in the series. And also today we will analyze the fan animation for episode 68, which turned out to be very good. So you better get ready, because the video will probably be incredibly interesting. But before we start, be sure to press like button for exclusive information, and also subscribe to the channel because almost 75% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel. And I would like to get 700,000 subscribers by the new year, and I think that we can do it. And if you love the Skibidi multiverse, then I recommend that you subscribe to this hot chick elite clock woman, since the coolest analyses of the Skibidi multiverse are published there. And if you like the amazing digital circus, then subscribe to my second channel, as there are videos with analysis of this series. And so, I got my own Discord server, and you better join it if you want to communicate directly with me. Links to channels and Discord will be in the description under this video. Hello friends, you're on the channel. Subscribe to the channel and press the like button under the video to speed up the release of the next video. And let's go. And as always, let's start with the fan animation, and then move on to exclusive information and theories. At the beginning of the episode, we see from the first person what is happening on the battlefield, and we see through the eyes of the cameraman. And we already saw this in episode 51 of Skibiditoilet, and this is very cool. Now we are looking at the back of TV Man, but I will not go deeper into the analysis of what is on his back, since this is only a fan animation. And we see how TV Man took out his sword and flew to attack, and we also see the Speaker Man, who waves his hands because he doesn't know what to do. And this also happened in part 4 of episode 67. And the cameraman shows the Speaker Man to help the TV Man, but we suddenly see some anime character and an inscription appear, "Look down." And when the cameraman looked down, we see how the POV cameraman shoots at the scientist, and the scientist runs away to his laboratory. And who didn't know, the scientist was in this fake body, and he jumped out of it at the beginning of part 4 of episode 67. And I told more about this in this video, and there are also 1,000 details that you definitely didn't see in the analysis of other YouTubers. So be sure to watch this video when you're done here. And we are already shown how Gmail attacks Cameraman and tries to cut him with his saws. But Cameraman grabs this unlucky guy by one of the saws and tears it off and is already attacking Gmail. And the same thing happened in part 1 of episode 67, where Cameraman also took the saw away from Mutant and then killed the Mutant with his own saw. But Gmail was somehow able to survive this and began to charge his eyes to shoot a laser. And we immediately had a question. Can copies of Gmail also shoot lasers from their eyes? To be honest, I don't think so that they can do this. Because in part 4 of episode 67, when the agents enter the laboratory, we see Gmail with 11 lasers. And it is clear that he does not shoot lasers from his eyes. And if he could shoot from his eyes, then he would shoot, since this is an additional destructive power. And I think that these copies control themselves and there is no parasite inside them. And because of this, they will not be able to shoot from their eyes. Because we know that the fake Gmail shot lasers with the help of this parasite inside. But perhaps I'm wrong in some details, since the mutant from episode 13 also shot lasers from his eyes. And it seems to me that he was real since this episode was released a very long time ago. And I don't believe that Mr. Boom came up with the script for all future episodes at once. So decide for yourself whether they can shoot lasers from their eyes or not. And we see how the Speakerman hit Gmail in the eyes with a knife and the cameraman pushed him away. But it turned out that he was still alive and everything was okay with his eyes. And this is strange.
Happy feet, one more combo. That ain't Falco. That ain't Falco. Oh! And his name is John C. Bruh.
But he didn't survive for long, since the TV man decided to ram. And TV Man humiliates John Cena and takes the WWE Championship, and returns to the Titans to celebrate. And he wants to shake Cameraman's hand, but Cameraman lets him know that shaking hands with a saw will be very painful. And this is where the episode ends. And what can I say? I like the animation. There was also an interesting fight between Gmail's copies against the Titans, and it's even possible that this will happen in episode 68. I also don't think that Gmail's copies can shoot lasers from their eyes, but decide for yourself whether it's true or not. Also rate the animation from 1 to 10. And now let's talk about this stranger and also about the plot of episode 68, and not much later I'll tell you about the new race and when it will appear. In the full 67th episode, we saw that there were already 2 characters on the tower, although in the first part of episode 67 there was only 1. And everyone is asking questions. Who is this second character? And I have 4 options. The first option was the least plausible for me, but many say that this male 09 stands together with Mr. Boom. Since before Mr. Boom made animations with this character, as well as with male 07, but if you choose between male 07 and male 09, then I will say that this is male 09, because we see that this character is wearing a cloak, and it was male 07 who had the cloak. And perhaps in the future, Dafuk wants to combine the universe of Beatbox and Skibidi Toilet. And the point is that Skibidi Toilet cannot continue indefinitely, and sooner or later the series must end. But I'm sure that if the series ends, it will be a small restart, and the series may remain the same, but with new characters and also connected with the Beatbox universe. We can also notice that in this video with Beatbox, we have already seen the very first Skibidi Toilet. And a month after this video, we already saw episode 1 of Skibidi Toilet. And the theory with male 09 sounds very plausible, but to be honest, I personally doubt that this is male 09. But you decide for yourself whether it's true or not. And the second option is that there are several copies of Dafuk Boom. It also seems unlikely to me, but my subscribers also told me about it. In some episodes, you can notice that Dafuk Boom changes. For example, in episode 45, he looks like an ordinary person and he doesn't have glasses. But already in season 15, we see him very clearly, and we already see that he is wearing glasses. In episodes 56 and 55, he is very difficult to notice, and the quality is poor. But it seems to me that in episode 55, he is without glasses, and already in episode 56, he has glasses. But in all the following episodes, he already has glasses. And in part 4 of episode 67, he can be seen very clearly. And there is a small chance that there are several such secret agents, but guys, I don't really believe in it. But as a theory, it's not bad, but the next 2 options are already as plausible as possible, so don't forget to like the video, and we continue. And the next option is that there is a new race of agents standing near the Mr. Boom. There have been rumors about a new race for a very long time. And we also saw a poster with a computer in episode 44, and we also saw a strange silhouette on the building, but it seems to me that this is TV men. But the point is that everyone is talking about computer men. Computer men will be a new race in Skibidi Toilets. But what do I think about this? I really believe that soon we will have a new race. People have been talking about this for a very long time, and if this is the computer man, then they will be connected directly to the Mr. Boom. And the glow of the computer men will be green, because we always see a green light near the Dafuk. But it is possible that there is a green light near it because this is his favorite color, and he wants to use it so that we would notice him. And Mr. Dafuk may have heard his viewers, and soon we will see a new race. And at the end of the video, I will tell you about this race, and perhaps when we will see it. So watch this video until the end. But now we will move on to the most plausible option, in my opinion, of course. The most truthful option for me is that the second character is this cameraman, and it is important to note that Dafuk helped the Alliance hold the door so that they could get into the laboratory, since we see a green glow here. But at the moment when it disappeared, we see how the cameraman hid his hand behind his back. And I can say that it was he who turned off the remote control, and because of this, the speakerman died. By the way, this speakerman can be restored in the future. I'm sure that his head can be connected to the body again, so maybe we'll see him again. And write to comments if you also want this hero to return. Anyway, I don't know how this cameraman ended up in this laboratory since we didn't see him running with the others. And it seems to me that Dafuk Boom teleported him to this laboratory and he opened the door to the Alliance. And this happened after the scientists went inside the laboratory. And the scientists broke the remote control so that the agents could not enter there. But this cameraman, with the power of a device from Mr. Dafuk, opened it again and held the doors until all the main characters fell inside. But we also need to salute the speaker, who also helped a lot. Perhaps without him, the door would have closed faster. But he himself certainly would not have been able to hold such a heavy door. And I think that this is Cameraman, who is Dafuk Boom's assistant, since he always got away with it in very dangerous situations. So I think that it is he who is the second character in this picture. But as always, write your theories in the comments. And now let's talk about the possible plot of episode 68, as well as about the new race. I have 2 options about the events in episode 68. The first option is that the Titans will fight with copies of the Gmail, and perhaps there will be even more of them than there were, since I think that the army in this laboratory is huge. And there are also copies of Gmail and the same other strong mutants. And perhaps there is a secret passage through which they get out, or they were somehow teleported by a scientist. But now we have a TV man Titan, and I don't think we should worry about the Titans. But the cameraman is very badly injured, and unlikely he can fight at full strength. Maybe something will happen to him, or someone will attack him from behind. But I hope that this will not happen because he has experienced a lot of events in recent episodes. And the second option is that we will watch a squad of agents who ended up in the laboratory, and perhaps other special agents will appear there, maybe several TV men and a squad of our beautiful women, and we will see something creepy in this laboratory. Maybe how people are turned into Skibidi toilets, as well as many failed experiments, as well as a huge army of toilets. Both the Black Assassin and the Plunger Cameraman do not have enough strength to defeat an entire army of toilets, but if there is a detachment of women and several TV men, then I'm sure that they will be able to win. I also want to say about the inscription Skibidi in Greek. Earlier I said that it translates as squid, but I didn't think then that the word Skibidi is fictitious and it cannot have any meaning. And it turns out that we don't know why Mr. Boom wrote exactly this in Greek. But perhaps this is due to the change of housing to Fook. 66 episode was not aired for a very long time, and everyone already thought that something had happened to Dafuk. But then he wrote that he was moving to another place. Perhaps he is now in Greece, and he wrote it in Greek. But I don't know. This issue remains unresolved for us. But if we translate this as squid, then we can say that this is a popular series of squid games. And it is in this dungeon that the toilets force people to play this game. But who knows? Anyway, now let's talk about the new race. While looking through Dafuk's store once again, I came across an interesting image, and this is what it looks like. Here we see the heads of all the agents, the heads of the cameramen, here's the head of the TV man, here's the head of the TV woman, as well as everyone else. And it seems like in there is nothing special in the picture, but look at this projector. And don't rush to write in the comments that this is the cameraman ship from episode 11. I remember all this very well. But you know that rumors about a new race have been circulating for a very long time. And there is a chance that it will be a projector man or computer men. For example, let's look at this picture. Here we see a screen, but not the same as TV Man has, and we can say that this is the screen of an improved Titan TV Man, and he showed the same emotion in part 4 of episode 67. But it seems to me that perhaps computer men have the same emotions as TV men, but they will have a green glow. Also under the plunger we can see another screen, and now let's take this one head and this one. On the left is the TV man's head, and on the right is another head, and this is a newer television or computer screen. I've probably already confused you, but guys, a new race should appear to give more interest to the series, and perhaps it will be computer men or projector men. But when will we see the new race? It seems to me that if a new race appears, it will be in episode 70. Since I have said many times that episode 70 will be very important because episodes 50 and 60 were just incredible. In episode 50, the cameraman returned, and in episode 60, we saw betrayal from the Astro Toilets. And I think that in episode 70, we will see Astro Toilets again, and possibly a new race. But friends, these are only predictions. I can't know this 100%. But a lot of my predictions came true, so anything can happen. Anyway, today we answered a few questions. There were also some very cool theories. And I hope that you liked the video. And if you watched to the end, write in the comments, Data Bio Squad 777. So I will understand how many loyal fans I have. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well as to other channels. And be sure to join Discord because that's where I communicate with my audience. And you were on the channel, and see you.